Why is it important for the banks to have London Good Delivery bars on their balance sheet versus just any other gold product or silver product?
I think it's the standards that underpin the metal more than anything else. So the standards the LBMA deliver are, and I'm not saying it because I'm the CFO of LBMA, they're widely renowned as being the global standard for metal. And the metal that's held in those vaults conforms to that global standard. And our role is to make sure that our standards remain that global standard. And all whilst that is the case, you're getting the highest level of provenance in the metal and the highest level of confidence that you can get to the investors in that metal.
Talk about the provenance issue, because this seems to be becoming a bigger and bigger issue as time goes on. The origin of metal. People might be familiar with black diamonds, stolen diamonds, and how that gets into the diamond trade, but maybe not as familiar with how gold and silver are stolen and sold in the black market.
Yeah. I mean, we are aware that there are flows of metal which that flow around the world that are outside of the investment market. And that's because the controls that are in that sector are not anywhere near as tight as they are in ours. No one is saying that everything is completely 100% tight, because you wouldn't have continuous improvement if that were the case. And we're continually looking to tighten and strengthen our standards, and that's one of the key messages we're delivering at this conference this week. But it is about the standards that we put in place that delivers a level of provenance. There are certain initiatives that we're doing right now to enhance that even further. So I'm the operational lead in the LBMA for a project called GBI. It's gold bar integrity, but it also covers silver as well. And it's starting by having a system that's capturing all of the country of origin and the responsible sourcing assurance deliverables under one system, submitted securely, giving us a repository of all the data about what's coming into each refinery and then the production volumes that they are producing annually. We'll move in the coming year to the refineries providing their production data at the bar level, which will then enable us to not only have the supply chain information relating to their production, but also the production against that supply chain. And having hard and fast data and evidence proving that heightens the provenance of the metal, and that will heighten and maintain and sustain the provenance of the metal in the London market. And that's what we're aiming to do. Of course, every time you bring new standards in, a metal is then procured against that standard, then that technically is creating tiers in the market where you've got a heightened level of provenance for the newer gold. So when 4/9 bars are brought in, 4/9 bars were more sought after because they were deemed to be the highest purity and the best for the client. Now we're running responsible gold guidance. We're on version 9 right now. When we moved from version 8 to version 9, people wanted version 9 gold because it was produced to a higher audit standard. And there may well be something similar when we bring RGG 10 in next year. And it's an inevitable consequence when you can demonstrate that investment metal has been produced to a higher level of audit standard and rigidity in the supply chain, then it's going to have greater provenance, it's going to have greater appeal.